Delta Force was involved in operations enduring freedom against the Taliban in Afghanistan since 2001, following the September 11 attacks. In early October 2001, Delta Force were part of the newly established Task Force SWORD. It was a Black Special Operation Forces unit under direct command of JSOC, Joint Special Operations Command. This was a so-called hunter-killer force whose primary objective was of capturing or killing senior leadership within both Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. The Delta component was codenamed Task Force Green. Delta Force was also part of Task Force Bowie, an intelligence integration and fusion activity manned by personnel from all Operation Enduring Freedom participating units, both U.S., coalition and a number of civilian intelligence and law enforcement agencies. Within this DF, Delta operators were part of AFO, Advanced Force Operations, a 45-man reconnaissance unit made up of a Delta Force Recce specialists augmented by selected SEALs from DevGRU and supported by ISIS technical experts. On October 19, 2001, during the coalition invasion of Afghanistan, a squadron of Delta Force operatives supported by Rangers from Task Force SWORD conducted an operation in the hills above Kandahar at a location known as Objective Gecko. Its target was Mullah Omar, who was suspected to be at his summer retreat. 4 MH-47E helicopters took off from the USS Kitty Hawk, which was serving as an soft base in the Indian Ocean. The assaulters met no resistance on target and there was no sign of the Taliban leader. The assaulters switched to exploiting the target location for any intelligence. As the assault teams prepared to extract, a sizable Taliban force approached a compound and engaged the U.S. force with small arms fire and RPGs. The Delta Force operators and Rangers engaged the insurgents and heavy firefight developed. An attached combat controller directed fire from the orbiting AC-130s and the helicopter, allowing the assault force to break contact and withdraw to an emergency HLZ, helicopter landing zone. Some 30 Taliban fighters were killed in the firefight. There were no U.S. servicemen killed but 12 Delta operators were wounded. During the Battle of Tora Bora, 40 operators from Delta Force's A Squadron were deployed to assist the overstretched CIA and Green Beret teams there. They assumed tactical command of the battle from the CIA. With Delta were several members of the British Special Boat Service. A Delta Recce team callsign Jackal spotted a tall man wearing a camouflage jacket with a large number of fighters entering a cave. The Recce team called in multiple airstrikes on the obvious presumption that it was bin Laden, but later DNA analysis from the remains did not match bin Laden's. Following the drawdown of troops from Iraq and the surge of troops to Afghanistan in 2008 and 2009, Delta Force returned to conducting operations in Afghanistan. Apparently the country was divided, with DevGRU having responsibility for operations in the north and east of Afghanistan, whilst Delta had the south and west of the country. During the night of July 20, 2011, information provided by a high-valued detainee alleged that there was a foreign fighter staging area in southeast Paktika province that was facilitated by the Haqqani network. A squadron supported by Rangers and Afghan SOF elements were inserted by the 160th SOR into the mountainous region of Sar Rauza district. They were immediately engaged by insurgents that were heavily armed with RPGs. During that night's fighting, approximately 30 insurgents were killed. As the sun rose, dozens of remaining insurgents who had been hiding in bunkers and caves became visible. An armed UAV flew in close air support, as did ground attack aircraft. Fighting continued into a second day as bunkers and fighting positions were systematically cleared, some within recently issued Mk-14 anti-structural grenades. An estimated 80 to 100 Haqqani and foreign fighters were killed in the two-day battle. A Delta Force Master Sergeant was killed by insurgent small arms fire late in the battle. It was one of Delta's largest operations in the war.